How you doing, traders? What's shaking? I'm hoping that your weekend was just awesome. It's not over yet, of course, and I'm hoping that you're enjoying it. Now, I'm going to do this weekly forecast a little different. I'm going to do the forecast, walk through everything fresh, so that you can walk with me. And the more times you follow me, follow the weekly forecast, you'll learn how to do this yourself. All right. Instead of me just saying, this is my read, I did my research on it beforehand, I make a couple of marks and then I move on to the next one within 2 minutes from Forex pair to Forex pair. Instead of me doing that, I'm going to go through the pairs with a little bit more time, because you're going to see my pattern of thought and you're going to eventually see the markets the way I see it. All right. And I'm hoping that's a good thing. Anyway, first thing we want to take a look at is, first of all, I'm going to erase all of this. All right. First thing we want to look at is the news. All right. What's coming next week? Hot news. We're talking about red folders. All right. The high impact stuff we have on Tuesday, starting Tuesday, not Monday, Tuesday. Pound is going to be busy. All right. Watch your trading there with some high impact claimant count changes and unemployment rates. All right. Wednesday, look, we have Germany is going to see index of consumer prices. Right, but USD, ooh, that's going to be the high impact one. Look, be careful in the morning after US opens, the US session open, or New York, what you call it, or some people call the New York sessions open at 8 o'clock. Half an hour later is the news time. Then in the afternoon, after Wall Street lunch, 1400 EST, FOMC. Watch out. This is high impact. Scalpers, be careful. Don't be in any trades. Don't be a hero. Don't be in any trades. All right. Day traders, be careful, because this thing could ruin your day. This can ruin your trades. All right. You want to hug up your stop losses. You know what I mean? Hug them up on your prices so you don't lose any money. Protect your capital, or just avoid being in the trade. Wait till after the news. All right. Swing traders is not so much. You can just do your thing. All right. Aussie is next, and that'll come in the evening. EST, that'll be 8:30 in the evening. And then you have China and the CPI. All right. That's going to be all later during the Asian session. All right. Thursday, we got the European Council meeting. We're going to see what quotes come out of that meeting. Right. And those are the things that move markets for the euro. Right. China, retail sales. Then Friday, woo, the consumer sentiment index, got retail sales. Be careful. Look, it's in that morning time again, half hour after the US session opens, the New York session, so for some people, they call it. And then while half an hour into the New York Stock Exchange, that opens at 9:30, 10 o'clock, we got that Michigan consumer. So you want to be careful. Okay. Be careful, protect your capital. Why did I stutter through that? Protect. Anyway, all right. So let's start off with the Dixie as we normally do. Dixie. Okay. We're going to get rid of all of this. All right. And we're going to go from the top down. All right. That's the one where we spend most time in. All right. The Dixie, what do we see? Okay. Just going to use the pen. All right. We see price peaking here. All right. And that was at December 2016. All right. We see the big drop off, and then we had a nice recovery, but we never broke that top. See the exhaustion to the upside there. Price then broke down, and we are losing a lot of steam. All right. We just dropped, the price just dropped. Then we formed this nice W pattern here, right? Found this bullishness, and this is where things get interesting. We broke the structure here, broke this structural high, all right, to the upside. So on the monthly, things seem quite bullish. All right, the momentum is bullish. You understand? The momentum is bullish. This is a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Once you break a structural lower high or a structural higher low, that's when the momentum changes. Okay, so we went from bearish to bullish. Let's go to the, get rid of that, get off of that. All right, let me go to the weekly. All right, on the weekly, we get a much nicer, closer view of price action. All right, and this is where I want to start finding out what my floor is and what my ceilings are, and that is determined by block orders. All right, we have a bullish block order here. All right, and I'm going to mark it bullish buy short. All right, and why is the price showing these wicks to the upside? Because we're starting to see signs of exhaustion. And we want to notice also that this weekly candle that we just closed, that's an inside candle. What does that mean? There's potential for price to turn. Okay, there's potential for price to turn. It's not a consequential thing where we broke the top and we're still bullish, or we broke the bottom, we're decidedly bearish. We're inside candles, so we're kind of moving sideways. You understand what I mean? But there's potential. We'll see what the next weekly candle holds. Also, let's look for a bearish order block. We are in a bearish order block right now. So this is a POI. This is an area where I want to see, is price going to reverse here? That's what I want to see. You know what I mean? And the only way to do that is first mark your order blocks with the proper color. All right. The only way to do that is to zero in. We start to go down to the smaller time frames, lower, 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 until the price action is very clear. Okay. Now, what do I want to notice? All right, we did break these short-term highs. We broke this structural high here to the upside. What does that mean? Once you have a break of structural high, that is a break of structure, right? Easy enough. And that means price may come back and test the order block in which price impulsed from. Okay, what am I looking for? There you go. All right, so we want to see a return to impulse, and then a continuation of that bullish momentum. This is bullish momentum. Okay, but here the rules kind of change when you hit a bearish order block. When you hit a POI, you're looking for evidence that price may reverse here. All right, so we're on the daily right now. How do I want to see? What do I want to do? What do I want to do here? I want to see that price action. I'll go down to the 15 minute. Let's see if we can get a clue as to what price wants to do up there. This is the 15 minute, and what do we want to notice? Ooh, well, the first thing we're going to notice is we have what I need to see. A reversal pattern, quasi, right? Boom, boom, boom. All right, a Quasimodo, or you can call it a head and shoulders if you want to, but it's not really a head and shoulder. All right, because head and shoulders are more symmetrical. Sorry, I do that wrong. More symmetrical because the neckline and the shoulders. All right, they usually come a little bit more symmetrical. The Quasimodo can be like that, okay? But you still get that high, high, lower effect. That's all you want. All right. So price did reverse from here. Matter of fact, we would see this a little more clearly on the 1 hour. You can see we have the peaks. Price did come down here. We formed this bearish order block up here. All right, price did reach that, retested it, and this is this is what I look for entries. All right. And this is from me to you. When I look for those entries, you always put your stop loss above the order block in which you enter, and you start to target the lows and where price has hesitated and spent some time. You should target those for TP1, TP2, TP3. I'm going to target this low right here because I don't think this is enough to reverse price. And look at the RR on this, 873. I just want you to get that in your heads, that this is a swing trade on the 1 hour. You understand? I get the swing. I like to go to the 1 minute for my entries. See, this is 77 pip stop loss. That's not that's old thinking for a swing trade. That's how I used to get my swing trades. I don't look that way anymore. I get sniper entries on the lower time frames, and now this week with you and with me, we're gonna target some swing trades, and we're gonna extend those sniper entries from the 1 minute all the way. We're gonna hold on to those things as if we were on the 4 hour or the daily, and we're gonna hold it until it goes. We're gonna pick one good one, and that's the way we're gonna roll. You'll see. Just make sure you comment in the comment sections and say, "Ooh, I can't wait," or "Oh, that sounds like a big mistake." Just leave me a comment. Anyway, all right. So on the Dixie, I'm looking for that reversal. We did retest. We did not break that high. Price is respecting the bearish order block up there, and we did make a weak attempt to get higher here. Look at this. We also, on this lower time frame, you can see evidence that price did break that low. We expect to get a return to impulse. If it doesn't go any higher and it still goes low, then you can expect that price is going to go a little bit lower. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Right here. I want to go back to 4 hour. And what I want to tell you is, what do I expect? All right, because I want to spend too much more time on this one. All right. What do I expect? Ignore that 1 hour block. This is the order block here for the 4 hour. This is a 4 hour order block here. All right. Just want everybody to see that 4 hour order block. Good. All right. The 4 hour order block is in a weekly order block, right? I believe this is a weekly or daily. I can't remember. All right. So what you want to see is bearish order blocks when price is coming in contact with your POI. This is a bearish order block. This is supply. And when you see price form a bearish order block at supply, that's a great sign that price is respecting the bearish order blocks, which means bearish order flow is going to be maintained, and we're going to see some more bearish momentum. Okay, what do I expect from this point? I expect price to come up and test this order block here, this bearish order block, this bearish engulfer, because you see price has already broken these lows here, these short-term lows to the downside. Expect price to come up here, test, and then start going down. Now, this is my invalidation point right here. If price breaks that high, then we can expect a strong dollar. Okay, we can expect a strong dollar for next week, but I believe price will respect the order block, the bearish order block, the same way it's done here, the same way it's done here, and the same way this bearish order block is being respected, the big one that it's in. And we might see this happen Sunday, Monday, then Monday, Tuesday. For the rest of the week, we can see weakness in the US dollar. Now let's move on to the next pair. You remember I said that now. All right. We're going to EURUSD, the inverse of the Dixie. Okay, we're going to get rid of all of this, and we're going to do a proper top down. All right. Let's go to the daily. On the daily, what do we see? We see that price is bearish, making lower lows and lower highs all the way down, right? We see price break the high here, but we broke this high. This was a pullback, we call it a swing high, but we broke the low, all right, and made a lower low. Did we break this lower high here? Nope, we did not. We did not break that lower high, did we? Let me make sure. That looks pretty close. Yeah, we didn't break it. All right, came up here for some liquidity, got the stop losses from up here and went lower. And where do we see our break of structure? We see the break of structure right here. All right, we make note of it on the daily. Break of structure bearish. All right, and what does that usually mean? Usually means that price will probably it's probable that price will come back and test the bearish order block that impulsed it. Now we're going to check this one first. We want to see if this one will find price and reject price, because this is the one I suspect will. All right, and then we might see further downside, or as I think the US dollar will open strong and then turn weak. I think we're going to see the inverse here. So that's price it might be turning here. And how do we know if it's turning or not? We're going to look left and we're going to look at this. We don't have an order block that's obvious. So what does that mean? Well, it could mean we just don't see it. What am I doing here? 12-hour. Thank you. All right, let's look on the 12-hour until we see an order block. Aha, we have a potential supply here. I mean, a demand zone. This might be demand right here. This may turn price around. This very well may be where price is reversing. Ha ha! Look at that. Look at that. Doesn't mean I'm brilliant. It just means I'm trying to do a good job. All right. So this is a 12-hour order block. All right. And this has the potential to turn price, and it already has. It already has price pumping up. Now let's go to the 4-hour and we'll see. Do we have evidence that price is reversing here? All right. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a break of structure. Do we have break of structure? Yes, we do. We have break of short-term highs here. And what does that usually mean? It usually means price will return to the impulse that got it to break the structure. All right, we have a bearish order block here. All right, I'm using this candle here. All right, because this is, you can put it like this, right? But you see these rejections here? It's because this is the last down candle before the up move. All right, and then you see this bearish order block. It looks like a bearish order block, but look, goes here and then up. This is a bullish order block. How do I know this? Because if you go down to the up to the next time zone, to the 5-hour, you'll see it turns into a bullish order block. And you'll get to recognize that after you spend some chart time. You say, oh yeah, that's really a bullish engulfer on the higher time frame. You understand? So that's the way that works. Anyways, we're looking for price to come down, retest, test this order block, and spring back up. Okay. Remember USD, we're expecting initial strength for the retest of that the overhead overbought bearish order block, and then it's going to come. Then we're going to show weakness by coming down. We're expecting the inverse to happen here. All right, we're expecting price to show weakness here with USD strength. Retest the order block and then come up. And what will that give us? Okay. Let's move on to the next one. What did I just do? All right. What did I just do? I am losing it, man. GU. Let's go to GU. Let's move all of this. Let's go to the daily. And what do we see? It's same situation. Price working its way down, making lower. Oh, wait a minute. This is a lower low. We actually went a little higher than this swing high here, but this is the lower high. Lower high, swing low. We didn't break this high yet, so this is still a swing low. Just understand this. When you're talking about structure, all right. Lower low, you got more than two candles here for a pullback. That's good. We have a low point here. All right, we have a 2-candle pullback for the lower high. This went a little bit higher, so we can use that as the structural point. And then we came lower for the lower low. We did break this high here. All right, and that makes a higher high. All right, this lower high made this lower low made a higher high. So now we're looking for the higher high to make a higher low. It did. It made a higher low. But is this a real higher low? No, not until it makes a higher high. You understand? If the higher low doesn't lead to a higher high, then it's just a swing high. And that's all this is. All right. It ends up being a lower high. Why? Because it made a lower low. If it doesn't make a lower low, say it goes here, this is just a swing low. And this is just a swing high. But because it made a lower low, that makes this a lower high. I hope you can follow that. Anyway, you can see price broke this low and it came back. We're on our way to test what? The impulsing order block that broke that low. This little low right there. All right. And actually it broke a short-term low there, a short-term low there. These aren't structural lows because it's not a 2-candle pullback, and it's not lower than this one, the original lower low. All right, we didn't break that lower low. We broke that here, so this became the lower low. It became the new lower low, and we're looking for a price to make a lower high here, and that would normally happen right about here. I know I'm going kind of fast, but do yourself a favor. Review this YouTube. That's the beauty of YouTube. All right. So we came back, retesting this order block as a return to impulse. What do I expect from here? More downward action. Exactly. More downward action. We're making the lower high here. We're making a lower high here. And what do you expect after a lower high is made? A lower low. All right. Now, we got to be careful with this. We got to be careful with this because this is a USD pair, okay? Is USD going to continue to make a lower low? Going to drag this this pound pair lower, right? We have a bearish structure here, but pound has been very weak. So we're going to see how the news affects everything come Tuesday. All right. But the structure says we should be expecting a lower low, a lower high to be made here, and then a lower low. If it goes higher, we'll see. Because we always have an invalidation point. The purpose of an order block is to protect the highest price in that order block. All right. There is orders in here for sells. This is a bearish order block. That makes it a selling order block. And once we go past that, there's no more selling orders here. The order block becomes invalid and you know, where the momentum switches from bearish to bullish. I hope you can keep up with that, because I'm sure you can, because you are a good audience. Matter of fact, let's go to 4 hour. Maybe we can see anything that gives us a clue. All right. You see that how we broke this high? All right. All we did was tap in to this bearish order block, and we are tapping into liquidity. All right. And after this break, we can either expect, if we're taking the highs here, the liquidity that was here, all right, that might mean that we're going to see some bearish action after this. All right. If we had a close past here, then I would think, okay, there's a possibility that price will probably want to go a little bit higher inside of this order block. So on the lower time frames, what I want to see is a reversal pattern up here. That's what I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for a reversal pattern. You know, you go down to 15, and then you go down lower to see if to see things like this. We broke structure to the, we broke the low. If we see a retest of this order block here, then you know price is probably going to continue lower. But right now, that's kind of what you want to see at a bearish order block. You want to see that left shoulder, right, that head and that right shoulder, and we can see prices went to a sideways move here. But come next week on the open, let's see if price respects. I'm going too deep. I'm sorry. I'm spending a lot of time. We're going to see if price respects this bearish. This is not the right color. You just reminded me. We're going to see if price respects these bearish order blocks, and will maintain the bearish order flow. We'll see. We'll see, because we're looking for a reversal here, and this is an indication. All right. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Aussie USD. Aussie USD. Let's move all of this. We're going to do it from scratch. I hope you guys appreciate the fact that I'm walking you through my whole process, you know, with fresh eyes. All right. I'm hoping that you learned something. Like, leave me a comment. Leave me a comment. Let me know that you prefer this way, or it's just taking too bloody long. You know what I mean? So I listen to my subscribers. I listen to you guys. Okay. So on the Aussie, what do we see? Lower lows, lower highs down here, right? Looks like the pound USD, right? We had a break to the upside, upsetting the apple cart, right? You're thinking that because we broke this high here, we broke up. We're looking for price to come down and test the order block, in which push price to the upside. You know, this is an order block, right? This is an order block. How do you know that? This looks like a morning star formation, right? Which is a reversal pattern. All you got to do is go to the next higher time frame, 2-day, and you'll see we have a bullish engulfer, and that bullish engulfer is an order block. Got it? Easy enough. You'll get it as you spend more time looking at the charts and checking and tracking order blocks. Okay. So with that said, that means we have demand here. Now, some people are going to mark the demand from here, right? That's not how you do it. That's not how you do it, man. Go back to that order block where you can see it clearly. You go through your time frame, either up or down, until you see an order block that you can clearly mark out, and you'll see that, you know, you'll see exactly where to put your order block, how to draw it. I hope that's clear. Let me know in the comments if it's clear. All right. So I'm going back to the daily. This is a 2-day order block. Remember that. What am I doing? Okay. What am I doing? Hello. Okay. Oh, man, I'm just, yeah. All right. So price did come back retest this order block, and this is a return to impulse after a break of structure. Just keep that in mind. Return to impulse after a break of structure. Why is that all the way over here? Okay. I'm trying to get my life together over here. Excuse me. That's not bullish. That's bearish. All right. So, what I have here is price did break the highs. All right. And we are after a return to impulse. Price did break the highs on the way up. We did come back for another test before we did so, forming a bullish order block, right? We see this bullish order block here. We're going to mark it as such. Let me see. And that's clear, right? All right. And we see that it was retested. Price retested. All right. So again, USD, we expect initial strength and then weakness. So here we're going to expect the opposite, initial weakness and then strength. So if price decides to come down deeper or continue to test here, I'm expecting price to maintain this higher low, just like it made a higher high here. I'm expecting a higher low to be maintained here, even if it comes down here to test again. All right, which it probably will come Sunday, Monday, right? And then make the higher high later on in the maybe, eventually work its way up to making the higher high. That's going to be some time away. All right. But if we go to the 4 hour, we might be able to see some things a little clearly. Do we see a reversal pattern here? Yes, we do. Why? All we want to see when it comes to our POI, to our order blocks that we have designated, all we want to see is a head and some shoulders. That's what we want to see. We want to see low, lower, higher. That's all. And we want to see it test those order blocks around that head. And this clearly found it. Boom, bam, boom, bam. Okay. Slam, bam. Leave me a comment. Leave me a comment on that. All right, that you can see that clearly. You see that and you want to mark where we broke structure so that you know that price is respecting those bullish order blocks. That's what you want to track. Order flow. You want to track that order flow. And the lower in the time frames you go, the better you and more clearly you can see the price action. Okay. Let's see. Boom, boom. Yeah. So we have that. I'm looking bullishly. If we come further into the order block, that's fine. Let it come on down. We might get a bounce here. We might get a bounce on this one, or the bigger daily order block. It might just pop from here. But I'm expecting some bullish price action after this. All right, let's go to the next one. That'd be, we can make a stop at USDCAD. And guess what we're going to do with all this? What we're going to do with all this? We're going to get rid of all of this. All right. We'll go to the daily. Now, USDCAD. Did I happen to see something there? Huh. Interesting. All right. Aussie is going to be a hot one. I just want to emphasize that Aussie is going to be a hot one because it looks prime and ready. It looks, that break was pretty pronounced. It came down, tested the impulsing order block, and it's already shown. You can see it from here. It's already shown this this reversal pattern on the daily. You can see that on the daily. All right, just so that you know, we should be looking for buys here. You should be looking for buys. If it goes past this head, then all of that's invalid. This is my invalidation point. Matter of fact, this retest is my invalidation point. If it goes lower than this, actually, it's this order block here. If it beats that order block, we're going to be looking for sells. All right, we're looking for a higher low to be maintained, and we want to see the higher high, and we're already doing that. All right, so we might come back for a higher low, we might come back for a higher low, or we might just take it, continue higher. Just want to reemphasize that point. Now we go to the USDCAD. I'm going to expect initial strength and then weakness, right? What do we see? What do we see? Well, we formed an order block here, all right? Where's our break of structure? Ooh, that's what we want to find. We want to make sure we understand what direction, what is the bias here we're looking for, all right? We have a 2-candle pullback here for a lower high. That means this is the higher low, and it was broken here. Hello, why is it not doing it? I don't understand. There you go. All right. So we broke structure. We broke structure to the downside. What does that mean? Price will come up and retest, come back and retest that the impulsing order block that sent it down. Well, in this case, price didn't do that. Price had a nice attempt and a second attempt to go higher, but too much bearish, too many bears, and it forced price down. Now we have broken this low, which is also a break of structure. So we're waiting for price. We're going to see if price, not waiting, but we're going to see if price comes back up. Now, how do we know what, how can we tell when price may or may not reverse? Price only reverses at order blocks, at supply and demand zones. All right, we're looking for the demand zone over to the left. Always look left. Aha! Look at what we got there. Ahoy, matey! All right, right there. Boom. So, what does this mean? This is my thinking. What am I doing here? All right. So I had it right in the first place. So we have a daily bullish order block here. This is our POI. What are we looking for? We have a break of structure here, right? We're looking for a return to impulse. This would be the impulsing order block. The impulsing bearish order block. Why I say bearish like that? All dramatic. Bearish. I am losing it. All right. Okay. So I want to see price come back up here on the daily, right? I just want to see now. So once price reaches your doggone, I'm losing it. Once price reaches your doggone POI, what you want to do is zero in to see if price is going to reverse. You want to look for indications of reversals. So first place I usually visit is the 15 minutes so I can see what the price action looks like. And I'm looking for exhaustion of the impulsing bearish impulse, right? And I'm looking for reversal patterns once we get down here. Now, I see price hit here, went high, made a lower high, a lower low, and a lower high there, and brought price down. Am I going to consider that a left shoulder? Nah, I'm not. This is kind of high up for me. All right, but it is something I'm going to make note of because it could be. Then I see this low point. I'm going to consider this the head until that's beaten. This price point is gets beaten by a lower impulse and a lower bearish order block, the bullish order block being formed. This is the wrong code. Okay, so we have this lower low, lower high, lowest low so far. All right, What am I expecting? Bullish order block being formed here. Haha. Do I see a reversal pattern here? Do I see a bearish reversal pattern there? You have to keep your eye on these things, because if you start looking for buys and you got a big old reversal pattern there, you might want to, make sure this is a high probability trade. All right, let's take a harder look at this price action. All right, that means we need clarity. Let's go to the 5 minute. All right, and on the 5 minute, what do we see? We have this nice W pattern here, and price impulse from up here. That's looking pretty good. We see that price did make a lower, got lower here, and then impulse to the downside. You would think price would have wanted to come back up and retest that, but this is a bearish momentum from this point, right? So price breaks these short-term highs here, goes up, and all right, and we formed the bearish order. We formed the bearish engulfer order block here. Price beat that bearish order block, and we're like, that's interesting. And then price peaked here, comes down, breaks this. We didn't break this low, did we? It evened this low. This is literally a head and shoulders. All right, we got a nice little head and shoulders going on here. All right, price does finally break that low. And what happens when you break a structural low? That we broke the neckline here. What happens when you break a structural low? You look for a return to impulse. I keep repeating that for a good reason, because I want you to learn it and do it on your own. Okay, so with this pattern, I'm going to look for price to come and visit and test this bearish order block here, which is always the site for a good entry for a short. However, because we have this order block here, I'm not taking those shorts. I'm looking for a reversal over here. If we continue lower, that means I'm going to be looking for some lows to be broken. But right now, we made a higher low. We made a higher low, I repeat. All right. And that means I'm going to hold off on taking any shorts at this level. This is a POI. And remember, to the left, see this, remember this line? We broke structure to the downside here. We're looking for price to retest the impulsing order block. It could be here, it could be here. All right, so there's reason for price to come down, to go back up. So, and I'm not taking any buys into this. All right, I'm waiting. I'm gonna wait till a high is broken. I'm gonna wait until a high is broken. Maybe we come down here and retest again. All right, we see we have this consolidation going on here, but this requires a harder look. But if price comes back down to here, I'm going to be looking for this. All right, I'm going to be looking for that. What we want to see is order blocks being maintained, whether they're bearish or whether they're bullish. Can you look at this and tell me which one is being maintained? So far, it's been bearish, right? Bearish order blocks. Until those is violated and the bullish ones are being respected, where we're sure of it, then it's very hard to take a position. Now, the reason why I circled this here, because we need to take a closer look at that price action. On what do we see? We're on the 3 minute now. Can I get over here? All right. We're on the 3 minute now. This is what you see on the micro level, because it works on the same way on the higher time frames. You see price impulsed. You see price come down, breaking this low, come back, retesting this, return to impulse. We're testing this the bearish order block there. It did fall again, coming down even further, right? And we broke that. We broke this this low here, this swing low. Price comes back up. We're expecting a return to impulse, but this one didn't do that. This one went higher, breaking these highs, breaking that high. Messed up here. What am I doing? Ah. So we broke this high. We broke this high. What does this mean? We're looking for a return to impulse, and that's where we are. That's where we are right now. Now you see how this candle formed here? We're showing a lot of exhaustion to the upside. All right, we don't have those wicks to the downside. All right, so we might see some more bearish action, but here we see a bearish order block being formed, being tested, retested, and then down. All right, we have a test of this, the retest of this impulsing order block that broke the structure to the top here. So either we're going to see price turn around here and continue higher, which on the if we wide out and everything, that means bullish order blocks are being maintained and we're making higher lows, and we can expect further upside movement, which would mean USD strength against the CAD. I'm not so sure that's going to happen. All right. Why? Because oil and CAD, CAD tends to follow oil, and oil is moving pretty strong right now. However, things might be turning around for it. So we'll see. Against USD, against CAD, USD might be strong, and we might see this thing turn around here. Okay. Bears watching. It bears watching. What we want to make sure we understand is that there's a process in place right now. We broke these highs. We're returning to the impulse, and we want to see if price will hold here. If price doesn't, that's giving us a clue that bearish bullish order blocks are not being respected, and we're going to come down to here, and we're going to, if we get a retest down here, we're going to see how price reacts once it gets down here. This would go be in line with the initial USD strength that I'm thinking that that we might see Sunday, Monday, and then Sunday, Monday, and then come Monday, Tuesday, right around Tuesday, we might see USD weakness, the Dixie weakness, but it might be strong against the CAD, which might turn weak. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So we're going to watch what happens here. Then we're going to watch what happens here. Okay. Next, that was way too complicated and way too long. All right. We're going to get rid of all of this. We're going to go to the daily. All right. Let's see. What do we have here? All right. We can close that. A lot of sideways action, right? And then USD against the yen finds its strength. We make a higher high, higher low, and we break this high. We are looking bullish on the daily. Yes. Easy enough, right? We are bullish on the daily. All right. Where's our order blocks? We have one here, which price already tested, right? See the test here, and we formed another one here. All right, and price impulse past this this high, making a break of structure to the upside. So we would expect price to come back down and test that area, because that looks like the origin of the order block, in the impulse of the order block, right? And we can see this might be the spot right here, and we look for price to come down, test it, and then go up, continuing with this bullish momentum. That was simple. This one's pretty easy to read. All right, this is our invalidation point. All right, I'm looking to take buys here. I'm looking to take buys in this area. I want to see a reversal on the lower time frames and then pop up. Okay. If price breaks this point, that I'm worried. I'm going to be worried about is price respecting bullish block orders? Is it respecting bullish order flow? Okay. Is it maintaining bullish order flow? I'm not going to start to panic until this order block is not respected. All right. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it reacts here. I'm expecting price to continue up once it tests this order block here. All right. Next, that's USDJPY. Next, NZDUSD. What do we got here? We don't have anything. You see nothing. These are not the drones you're looking for. All right. Let's go to the daily. What do we have? Wait. Easy to read. We have a breakup structure. Where's the breakup structure before I mark it? Before I mark it, quick. Leave me a comment. I'm reading it. Nope, that's wrong. All right. We have price breaking structure to the upside here. Right. And what does that mean? Once we get a breaking structure, we're looking for price to retest the order block that sent price to break that structure. So I'm going to look here and I'm going to look here. All right. Those are be the first two places I'll look. Price did react here. Boom, went higher. But this wasn't the strong one. All right. Did price react here? Nope, went right through. Is this an order block? Anybody remember what I just said earlier? Of course it is, because if you go to the 2-day, this is the 1-day. You go to the 2-day or time frame, you'll see. Come on, man. It's an order block. It's a bullish engulfer. Too easy. This is our demand zone, right? Price found that demand. This is the impulse that sent price all the way up there. Got it? We can see that clearly on the 2-day. Price found that impulse, made the higher low, retested it. And we should see some more upside from here. Easy to follow, right? I think so. Anyway, we see some bullish candles here. Where are we going to take our buys? We're going to take our buys right there. I'll be looking for buys on a retest here. This is a doji now, so I'm hoping that price opens up with USD strength, and then we can test this again. And then if USD comes up weak, we're going to see price come to the upside, maintaining the higher low and on our way to making a higher high. After a breakup structure, we expect the return to impulse, making the higher low, and continue with bullish momentum. Got it? Easy enough. And next, oh man. I don't know why Nova Scotia is calling me right now, but that's clearly. All right, now I'm going to go through gold real quick. It's not very clear to me. We're making lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. We come all the way down here, right? What we want to make note of is our floor and our ceiling on the daily. On the daily, we have a bullish order block here, all right? If we look left, we can see this formation here, all right? And this is a bullish order block, all right? And this is the one that price is reacting to over here. You understand? We don't need to draw it. We don't need to draw it now because we're going to see if price is going to pass here. Let's look close. We can see price did make a swing high here and then came lower. We broke that swing high and what are we looking for? We broke a swing to this swing high, this swing high, this high, this high, this high. What does that mean? We can look for a price to return to the impulse and then maybe continue up. Okay, if we look on the 4-hour, we can see this price. This is why it's confusing me, this move here. All right, we can see that price to come down here to this daily bullish order block here. All right, and we see that price did a lot of sideways movement here. All right, we did break this high, which is always good to see, a breakout, right? But it broke back in. This is a breakout, break back in, railroad tracks, whatever you want to call it. This is a Bobby, right? Breakout, break back in. Okay, and so I don't know if price is going to, continue sideways or come down to retest anything. But the first place I'm going to look for, if it's going to retest after a break of structure, is here. All right. This is not the impulsing order block that sent price up here. All right. That little order block is in here. It's in here. All right. You see this bearish candle before the bullish. All right. Well, it's come back to retest. And I'm not sure if it's going to hold or not. You can see that here. I'm not sure if it's going to hold or not. If we go down to the smaller time frames, we will see the price action a little more clearer. And you can see that we did not respect this bearish order block here. We came right through it. And price is working its way lower past these lows. So we're working our way into this order block. And it's not, the price action is a little confusing, a little sideways to me. So I don't have a horse in this race here. I'm going to wait till I get some clarity. But if I'm looking at structure, just looking at the structure on the higher time frames, I'm looking at the sideways action here, and I'm looking at, we had a break of structure, and we should be retesting a strong impulsing order block, and we want to see if price will maintain bullish momentum. A retest here, and price, it'll look like price is maintaining that bullish momentum as long as we don't break this the low point on this order block here. This is my invalidation point right now, and I'm looking for price to make a higher low, to make a higher high. This is a higher high. This is a higher high here, all right, from down here, and I'm looking for a higher low, the higher low to be maintained, and the higher high afterwards. So I'm looking for some gains here. Now, considering USD, all right, USD is going to pull it down with initial strength, and then we might see a weakness afterwards. So I really am looking more towards bullishness, and I'm going to look for buys as soon as I see a reversal pattern on the lower time frames. Next, I'm going to skip the indices. I might do that, do something for that individually. We're going to go to US oil. This is the granddaddy. Hear me and hear me well. This is a setup for a very nice swing. And I'm telling you, it's on tap. How do I know that? Let's go to the monthly. We're going to do top down. Where's the break of structure? When's the most recent break of structure? Well, the obvious is here. We broke this high, right? Broke this high to the upside, a close above that upside, right? That's big. This is on the monthly now. This is on the monthly. What does that mean? How big is that? Well, price price broke to the upside. We have a bearish order block right underneath it. This could mean price is going to return to impulse. Test this order block, and then maybe move higher. All right. Then maybe continue in some bullish momentum. That's what it could mean. All right. But we have a break of structure here. We have a break of structure on the monthly. So I'm expecting price at any point to start showing signs of a reversal. But price doesn't reverse out of the blue. Where is the bearish order block that will reverse price? Do you see one here? Do you see one? Do you see one? Not yet. Let's go to the weekly. Maybe we might get a better look there. You can see the price clearly made a higher high after a 2-candle pullback. Higher high, higher low relative to this one. All right, higher low. And then we made a higher high. Now I'm coming all the way to the left. Where is the order block that will turn price? It's not this one because we're higher than this one. So what do? I'm going down to the 3-day. I'm going to see the 3-day and see if we see an order block here. Well, we see this one clearly, and we see this one. Aha, this one looks like it. This is a bearish, bullish, bearish continuation pattern. This is a bearish order block, and I'm going to mark it because I think this has potential to turn price. I'm going from wick to wick, being that the body's kind of small. This is the wrong color order block, but I'm gonna make it right. And look, here we are at our POI. Price is hitting our POI. Now, I'm going to change that color. I'm going to clarify. Let me do it this way. All right. Now, what happens? What are we supposed to do when price reaches our POI? What are we supposed to do? We go down to the lower time frames and we want to take a look at that price action. What am I looking for here? Signs of reversal. Signs of reversal. Because we expect price to go back and test and return to the impulsing order block that sent price to break structure, break these highs. Okay. Can we see that order block here? There's a couple of candidates, but this is the order block itself. Okay, and this is the daily. So it's going to take some time to get down here. All right. But this is what we want to do. Okay. We got this go sideways, we make higher highs, higher lows. But this is a good pullback here. This one is not. So this is one leg of structure. So I'm looking for price to, at the very least, come back here. At the very least, I'll look here first. I'll look here first. You see how the amount of time price spent in this range. All right. And then I'll come down to here. Now, I'm still looking for a reversal pattern here. This is a bearish order block. This is a bearish order block in that is at a supply zone. This is what you want to see. This is what you want to see. Now, we did have price come down and it went higher. Broke that order block. It's not respecting that bearish order block. We just want to make a note of that. Let's go down to 15 and see if we see signs of reversal. You tell me, do you see a sign of reversal? High, 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 higher. We peak here. Looks like a right shoulder to me. We break higher. We had a second attempt. And that tested the head. Am I making it up? No, I'm not. You see it too. All right. So we're on the 15. All right. Price did go up, did go lower. Come back up and retest that head. dropped. Wow, this was the place to take that doggone short, man. This was the place to take a short. You put it over. I'm showing you how to do this so that you could do it. You wait for price to come up there. You put your stop loss above the order block in which you enter, and you target the lows. It's that simple. 5.85. You bet $100. You put 100. You risk $100. You're going to make $585. You understand? All right. That's not where you want to start though. Stop. You want to go down here. You want to get that 1 to 16. You want to get that 1 to 30. All right. You want to go down from a bearish order block. Supply. You will go from supply to demand. That's the way order flows. All right. You know this is going to test. It's going to be a return to impulse on the higher time frames. That's why you have the clarity and the bravery to hold this trade, because it's going to go once it goes. You look for the reversal patterns on the lower time frames, and you'll be able to catch these trades. This is what I want you to catch. All right. This is what I want you to catch. If you would have got in here, you would have been good to go. But don't worry about that. What you want to do now is clock. See how easy to see on the lower time frames these reversal patterns. You got a high here. You got a high here. You got a high here. Sometimes you see these head and shoulders, these quasis inside of quasis, giving you two types of confirmations. All right. Now, what do you want to see? You see this, that right shoulder? This is going to be, this is what I would normally call my safest entry. The head, the left shoulder, the right shoulder, and the test of that order block on that head is the aggressive early entry. All right. It's still valid, not too aggressive. This is the one that you want to catch. All right. But yeah, it takes some confidence to know that to confirm that that's the head. All right. But the test of the right shoulder, I mean, the left shoulder, the test of that left shoulder, that's the safest one. And again, you'll just put your stop loss above the order block in which you enter. And you see how small it starts to get? This is 24 pip on the 5 minute. What am I doing on the 5 minute? And you just target the lows, put these as your TPs, all right, where price is already pivoted, all right, because that might have the potential to turn price. And you take it all the way down until you get to supply. You understand? And even though you didn't catch the optimal entry around the head, around this where the right shoulder is, I mean the left shoulder is, that is the right shoulder, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, around this right shoulder. All right, you still are getting a 1 to 24, and you're going to still hold it to that supply. You're going to get, if you put $100 up, you're going to get $2,413 if you hold it until the very end. All right, I always espouse taking partials along the way. All right, so that price doesn't go 5 to 1, 6 to 1, and then comes back up to your entry and take you out at break even. No, you're not going to do that. You're going to take some take partials and stuff, but that's a whole nother video. Anyway, this is the one I want you to ride. Look for sells. Look for confirmations for those sells. You're going to see that you don't have to enter it on the smaller time frames. I'm showing you how to do it so you can get a sniper entry. But we are at the POI. We are at the POI. You want to see, maybe you want to see on the 4 hour here, price comes down, then retest here for the final entry. and you want to take it from the 4-hour, you can have that 100 pips stop loss, and then you can shoot for 500 pips. All right, which is great, 1 to 5. You know, that ain't gonna, that'll never bother nobody. You know what I'm saying? But that's your option. I'm looking for sells. If you're looking for buys, you need to talk to somebody else. All right. This is going to be, I think, have the potential to be the trade of the week. This has the potential to be the trade of the week. All right. Because I think price is about to reverse here. So we want to make sure we wait for confirmations. Do you dig it? What you want to see on the lower time frames, maybe on the hour, maybe on the 4-hour, you want to make sure that price is respecting bearish order blocks. That's all you want. There's a lot of incentive for price to come down here. You see the imbalances here. All right, price could come back and fill the imbalances on the way down and stuff. I mean, there's reasons for price to come down from here. Okay, and we might come down all the way, man. We might come down to 68. There's a chance we could come down and see 68. Yeah, 68 is right about it at this order block here. See how price tested that order block. You know, this is the one I'm going to be looking for first, because this is the one that I saw on the, is it the 3-day? Okay. Yeah, this. So we might come down. Might come down here. This order block here. We'll spend some time here. We're looking for price to return to the order block and return to impulse, and then maybe go higher. All right, we can see something like this here, and then maybe go higher. But maybe it forms another high time frame head and shoulders and continues lower. This is going to be a very interesting week for oil, for U.S. oil. So we're going to watch this. We had a break of structure. We're at a bearish order block. We're looking for signs of reversal to come back and test the impulse, return to the impulse order block. And that might be all the way down here at 68. So we're going to see. All right, I need you to leave me some feedback on this video. I need you to leave me some feedback. Let me know if you're with me on this. If you like the way that I'm letting you in my head, and taking the time with these with this analysis. If you like this style better, as opposed to me coming there and just having done the analysis already and just telling you these are my findings, boom, 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 look for price to do this next, look for price to do that next. You'd rather it be done that way than you're really looking for signals. I'm trying to teach you how to do this. All right, so leave me a comment, let me know what your feelings are on that. All right, also don't you forget, subscribe if you want to catch the updates, because I always send updates. Like I said, I'm probably going to do separate ones for other pairs like EJ, GJ, AJ, or CAD yen, and the like. All right, and GA is a good one, and EA and GA are really good ones. So I might do some. I'm definitely going to do some individual videos on the way out. All right, on for the week ahead. Leave a like if you like my efforts, if you appreciate my efforts. Okay, and leave me a comment saying this is taking too long, man, and and I'm going to tell you, I'm not the guy for you then, because I have the way I want to do it, and either you go with that or you go with somebody else, and that's fine. Okay, I will talk to you in the next video. Please have a safe trading week. Watch out for the news events that are coming up, and if you want to learn more, click on one of the 2 videos on your screen right now, and I will see you in the next video.